TARAMAC Terrorist and the Potato.
Hi folks, TARAMAC Terrorist here, and I'm here with another video that I've actually been trying to make for about 3 days now. I haven't been able to do that because every time I've tried to do the preamble to it, I've ran into emotions. Those horrible things, lovely things. They're both, because the last week or so has been horrible. World events are absolutely crazy. There's really horrible stuff going on. People are being really nasty to each other. I've been looking at Facebook and the news way too much, and it's made me feel a little bit so I decided, you know, when stuff's going a bit crazy, if you get affected by things, which I do, I've been so affected, I've been trying to write a song about it all. I've had to, the potato has got so depressed, he's quit shaving, he's just given up. He's growing a beard, he's got a little goatee now, he doesn't care, he's just, you know, and I really don't want to make light of any of these problems because they're very important, but at the same time everyone needs their little escape. When things get a bit too much and you get a bit too low or down, you need your escape. And for some people that's reading a book, watching a film, solving a crossword puzzle, having a game of chess, playing basketball, going down the pub with their mates, watching some comedy. For me, and for quite a few of you, if you're watching this channel, it's sim racing. So yeah, I finally got really fecked off with it all, and I thought I'll buy a Ferrari. First world problems, eh? So that was my solution, and I tell you what, I got a bloody good deal, because yeah, I bought a Ferrari for about £4.65. How good is that? Best deal ever on a Ferrari. Yeah, because of course Rfactor 2 Studio 397 released the first ever Ferrari, the official Ferrari that is, in Rfactor 2. And I'm a bit late to the game on this because of course it came out just over a week ago now. But when it did, I didn't have any money in my Steam account, so I had to wait a bit until I could afford it. But so there were some Aussie mates that I've been racing with, and they were persuading me to get it so we could all have a race together. In fact, they tried to get it for me on Steam when I didn't have the money for it, and they couldn't do it because, as with the new Radical as well, you can't purchase it as a gift for anyone. So, you know, Steam and Studio 397, you're missing out on some sales there. But anyway, the money finally landed in my account, and my little trickle that I get every month, and I bought it. And I tell you what, for a good hour there, I completely forgot about all of it. I forgot about all of it, and I was just enjoying this brilliant new car. It just got myself away for a bit, you know. I really did try and record. I've tried to record this video about 15 times over the last few days, and when I realised, you know, jumping into the game and doing that for an hour, you're completely out there. But when you come and do this video and you're addressing people on YouTube, which could be anyone, anywhere, you know, you think, I've been getting a bit emotional, too emotional to make the video, because anyway, you know, this is about escaping. So look, if just one little thing for me Aussie mates. I'm keeping up the side here, guys. I have thrown a little whinge in there for you. Okay, I found something about the Ferrari to whinge about. It's not a big thing, and but I've got it in there. Okay, so but yeah, it's great. If you can afford a beer down the pub for the price of a pint, go buy a Ferrari. Go buy this Ferrari. It's fantastic, honestly. Anyway, if you're fed up with it all, folks, and you need a bit of a break, you know, from all of it, COVID, America, the politics, the lot, and you like racing, well, here's about 45 minutes of me enjoying this lovely Italian car at an Italian track and having a bit of a race. Enjoy. Hope it takes your mind off things. Right, folks, we're here. Finally, we're here at Imola. We're here at the Autodrome. Enzo di Ferrari, with the brand new Ferrari 488 GTE. There it is. Isn't it gorgeous? Isn't it lovely? First Ferrari in Rfactor 2. Fantastic. I've been so excited over this thing. And I found a track which is perfect for it. It's an Italian car. We're at an Italian track. You know, the track that was named after, you know, Enzo Ferrari himself. And here we are with the 488 GTE. So let's get to know it. I've set myself up a long qualifying session, so I can just get to know this machine. I've had a few races with my Australian buddies on a server set up by these guys, and we had a lot of fun with it. It's a really nice handling car, you know. You got 490 horsepower. You got that mid-engine layout, twin turbo V8. You know, the superb aero package. Anyway, let's get on with it, because I'm dying to bloody just have a race with this thing, or just get to know the car. So what are we going to do? First of all, before we go out, it's nice and warm here at Imola. Let's stick it on some soft tyres. I want to try and get a decent qualifying time. I've got the AI set to where are we now? Here we go. Difficulty. Well, we're at 100%. I'm not going to go any higher than that because I'm not very good. We've got the AI aggression set to 58 because I couldn't get to 60 because the slider wouldn't go that way. Rfactor, please make your Studio 397. Please make your sliders operatable by the left and right arrows as well as the mouse, because it just doesn't work sometimes to get the exact digit you want with the mouse. Anyway, damage is at 100%. I'm not going to go over that. I've said why I always race with 100% damage before. And yeah, so we've got our soft tyres on. We've got our fuel. Let's set it to 10 laps, and that's a good amount for quali. Let's take this thing out. Okay, here we are. Okay, so this is the cockpit, and it's been really nicely done. Look at those braces there; they look fantastic. And the roll cage there, you can see all the welding around it. Got our dash there. Sorry about the dash not being easily readable because of my low resolution, but I have to drive on a potato, so you know, I'd buy a better computer, but don't have any money. Thanks, COVID-19. Mind you, I was able to afford a Ferrari on my universal credit allowance for £4.65 or whatever it costs. £4.65 for a Ferrari. Brilliant. Anyway, get this thing out there. It'll just sound good, doesn't it? We've got a 6-speed gearbox. That's one less than the road-going version, and we're weighing in at about 1,260 kilograms. So that's over 200 kilogram less than the road-going version. So I'm using an auto clutch because I do not have a clutch pedal, but I don't think this car does anyway because of the flappy paddle gearbox. Now, I know this track reasonably well. I have been round it a fair few times. It's a fantastic track. You know, it's such a pity this thing got dropped from the F1 calendar. More popular with motorbikes now, I think. We are on track with AI, so we've got our little camera there, little TV camera in the car. But I might just because I can't see my wing mirrors or anything, I might just stick a mirror up here, a virtual mirror. As I've said before, I'd rather not have to use virtual mirrors. But you really, you know, you haven't got your peripheral vision with one screen as I use, so you can't look at your mirrors all the time or have them in the corners of your eyes. So I'll stick a mirror up there. Let's just have a one for the moment. Anyway, so as we come through Tosa, we'll feel those tyres start to warm up. So we take our first lap. And yeah, so I've been racing with the Aussies, and those guys, you know, I met them through running the Potato server, and then they've gone and set up one of their own as well, which I've joined them on. But they had the Ferrari, and I'm late to the game on this because Ferrari came out last week, but because there was no money in my account, I couldn't afford to. I just couldn't pay for it on my card. On the card that's on the account. So I had to wait until money came through. And the Aussie mates, they were bloody lovely. They offered to buy it for me as a gift. But guess what? This and the new Radical, you cannot yet buy as a gift for anyone on Steam. And, you know, one of the guys was saying, I think it was Mark, or possibly Rob, said, you know, it's ridiculous. There might be some very rich Saudi Arabian who likes to sim race and is part-time, owns an oil company or something like that. Might want to get 10 of his mates on a server and just might want to go, here you go, here's a Ferrari each. I mean, what would £4.65 be or something like that? You know, he can't even do that. Can't buy it for his mates. Anyway, I had some money in my account in the end, so I've managed to buy it. So I'm a little bit late to the game, but nevertheless, very happy. And we were racing it around Alton Park, believe it or not. I had to soften the suspension on this thing. Well, I think about 200 on the springs, because Alton's such a bumpy circuit. Oh, hello. And very slow AI there. But immediately it just felt like a Ferrari, because I've never driven a real Ferrari, funnily enough. But in simulators, I've usually found that you can kind of tell a Ferrari, especially, you know, the racing versions. They're generally sort of set up so you've got that mid-engine, so they're quite balanced, but they're generally set up to have a little bit of oversteer that you can use on the brakes or accelerating through the corners. And this has got that. You know, you can do a bit of trail braking with this. You can use the throttle to power it out. And this one, of course, being a GTE car, you have traction control, so you can use that power out of a corner quite safely. I've tried it without the traction control, but only very briefly. I might give that a try through this little session I'm having here. It's very nimble. You can throw it around a bit. And I also found when we were racing at Alton, I was saying to the before Alton, we were somewhere else. I can't. Oh, it was Eastern Creek, and the first corner is quite a long sweep, and I was going through it in 5th gear tentatively. You could feel things shifting about, and then I started to trust the aero on this car, and started going through that first corner. I said to the guys, I'm now going through this first corner in 6th gear with my foot hard down, because I found that, you know, it's got a bit of that counterintuitive aero feeling to it, where at a certain point, when you get up to the right speeds, the aero really starts working, and you want to actually go, well, what you can do is go faster than you think you should. It's like it's counterintuitive, and the faster you go, the more grip you have because of the aero package, which works very well on this car. I've done nothing to the wings on this. Everything's standard apart from all we've done is put the tyres on softs and stick 10 laps worth of fuel in there. So let's really get to know it. As we come down the main straight through turn 1, which is more of a kink than a turn, through Tamburello, ode to Ayrton Senna, when they changed this from a flat out corner after the 1994 Ricard crash. And down through Villeneuve. It seems to handle, the suspension seems to handle bumps quite well, so you can use the curves. I mean, it is very low and very tight, but it's not thrown off too much by the pumps. Like I said, I had to soften up the suspension at Oulton, but I mean, that is a very bumpy track compared to Imola here. And come down to Acqua Minerale. We've got that bi-turbo going on, which gives us a very equal amount of torque and power through the rev range as we come through Alto. Very short name for a very short chicane. Down the hill towards Rivazza. Now the brakes, oh there we go, the car's really starting to warm up now. The brakes in this thing are fantastic. Like I said, there's no ABS. But you can really get your pedal all the way down on these brakes. The car stops very quickly before they lock up. Fantastic. I don't know what it's using. I don't know if they're carbon, ceramics, or what they are on this car. I just imagine carbons. I haven't looked into that just yet. And it's an excellent drive. It's so well worth the £4.65. Who couldn't argue with £4.65 for a Ferrari? As we come through Tosa, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. There's probably some Italians out there calling me Tosa for pronouncing Tosa wrong. We come through Piratella down to Acqua Minerale. Now, can we? Last time I went through here in third gear. Let's do it second gear, because third gear was wrong for getting up that hill. So let's have a look at these brakes. What can they look at that? Perfect. Little bit of understeer there on the outside. And they hit the lumpy bumps. Down the hill to Rivazza, using all of that braking. A slight lock up there. We've got a medium amount of rubber down on the track at the moment. I'll try and keep the car on that. Use all that grip available to us. Let's try and set a lap time. Let's see how we're doing. Oh, we're in P9. This is not going to be the lap, I don't think. I've fluffed those two, that chicane up there. See if we can use all that outside curbing at Villeneuve. Coming into, or round Tosa, about 70. Can't really see it on the dial down there because of my resolution. But there you go, that's a bit clearer. Piratella's a hard corner to get around, very challenging. There's lots of these sort of, they're not double apex corners obviously, but there's, you know, it's kind of like a double corner configuration, two of them, well, three of them actually here on this track. I've got the one round Piratella, then you've got Acqua Minerale, and then at Rivazza it's a sort of double corner configuration as well. a left, a tiny bit of straight, and then a left. This car, like the GTE cars, the other GTE cars, has got a two configurations that you can set it up with. In the upgrade, you've got the Le Mans package with the higher gearing and lower downforce. We're in the standard package at the moment. I think we're in the standard package, I hope we are. Oh, these brakes are so good. But there is one thing. Now, when I was on the server the other night, I said this to my Aussie mates. And when we go racing, we're all 40-year-old men or around that. We turn into 15-year-olds. We start we start ripping each other about our driving, and there's loads of your mum jokes going on, and you know, it's been sort of it's nice and cool here today because it's been raining. It's only about, at highest it's going to be 10 degrees today, but it has been 28. I said this to the other guys and they were like, oh, 28 degrees? Oh, that's the point to be moaning a bit. 28, that's freezing over here, you know. And why would you whinge about that? And then I had a moan about the Ferrari because I found something out about it. And they're forever just taking the oh, you just whinging again. Listen to him whinging, you know. So I'm the whinging Pom this week. Anyway, I had a great time because there's only, I think, 3 or 4 of us on the server. Rick, Rod, Mark, and me, and so I didn't notice. I wasn't looking at frame rates or anything like that, and of course, being on a potato with a 750 Ti 2MB graphics card, 4 gigs of RAM, I do worry about frame rates. And you can see in the top left of my screen there, at the moment we're at 65. We're on track alone pretty much at the moment. There are 16 cars in total here today. At the moment I can't see anything, so we're at 65. But I have found, unfortunately, when I loaded this, so I'm really looking forward to, you know, giving this a try around Le Mans. That was going to be the video I was going to make, but I can't do it. I can't do it because I could load up 16 of the any of the other GTE cars for argument's sake. Let's say the Corvette or the BMW GTE, and in clear weather, with, you know, very low graphics settings, and I'd be sitting on the grid, you know, even at the start of the race with all the cars there, I'd be sitting there and I'd be looking at about 60 odd frames per second. I've got this capped to 65, by the way. I won't go higher than that. But with the Ferrari, yeah, you can't do that. The Ferrari, you're looking at half that performance FPS wise. So that's why I'm not doing this at Le Mans, because of course it wasn't going to be appropriate that Studio 397 bought this out for the Le Mans 24 hours. It's coming out on the 13th and 14th next weekend of June. Next weekend it's ours, the first televised virtual Le Mans ever, I think. And this car will be racing in that because they're bringing out the Le Mans pack. But this track here, this is out of the Reza pack. If you haven't got the Reza pack, it's very well worth buying the whole pack. Not the individual cars, or the individual tracks, you spend loads of money that way. Buy the Reza pack. That comes with all the cars, all the tracks. You've got Imola. You've got about 4 different versions of Imola, and they're all great. Virginia International Raceway, many different configurations of that. Another great track. Iraba, a reverse Brazilian track, a reverse and straightforward version of it. And you got Guapo or Guapore. I'm not quite sure how to. Oh dear, did you hear that? I'm hitting the rev limit because I'm forgetting to change gears and talk too much. That's a great track as well. And then you get about 4 or 5 cars as well. And they're all great. You buy that. So this track is from there. So I'm not too disappointed that I couldn't do Le Mans, because then I wouldn't have thought of Imola. And what better place to put the Ferrari than at the track in Italy, not far from Bourgogne, named after the founder of Ferrari. Okay, so anyway, we're in 15th position. I want to talk more about this car, but I think what we should do, what will show it off better, is just to actually bloody well back in drive it. So here we go. Let's try and get a decent lap time. What are they doing? Oh, we're only a 10th off the pace there, so we might end up being last or one from it. Right. Come on, Paul. Food tosser. I said it. I knew I was going to get that wrong at some point in the video. Food toaster. Food toaster. Stop being rude, Tarmac. My God. Okay. Food toaster. Food Taylor. Oh. Oh, got that. Oh, I'm pleased with that apex. Pleased with that apex, folks. Aqua. I'm gonna roll it. Oh, little bit sharp on the brakes. So where's our brake bar set to? Oh, it's 53.47. So it's quite far to the rear. Well, it usually would be. I'm really not concentrating. Usually brake bars are set quite a bit further forward than that, but this being a mid-engine car, it's very well balanced. But like I said, it is good because you can really use the brakes in this car to rotate it nicely through the corners, although I'm not brilliant at trail braking. Right, okay. Let's get a lap set in here. Let's give a lap. A real one. Down the main straight. We're approaching 160 miles an hour. Passing that now. Hard on the brakes. Small Tamburello. Oh, just got that curve wrong there. A bit too bumpy. Still the back end coming around so nicely there. Sure, we can get more speed. Should we be on over here? All the way down at the second. Back down into second again for Tosa. The tightest corners on the track there. Much to Pittarello on the braking just about there. Get the apex. Use the outside curbing. And to Aqua. For second gear, sorry. Get up the hill there. Be hard on the brakes for Alto. Oh, missed the apex very badly there. Didn't turn in quite quickly enough, and we're running out of fuel now. Hard on the brakes for Rfactor. Pleased with that. And let's see what we're coming in at now. Oh, we're in the 144s. And good job we've moved up to 11th place there. And because that's the end of quali. Oh, this for £4.65, this is a great drive. I'm a bit disappointed about the frame rates. What I would like to see, it'd be lovely because I've tried it. I've tried changing the graphic settings from high quality to low quality on the actual cars. It doesn't make much difference in terms of frame rate. But you swap from this to the BMW or the Corvette, and the frame rate jump is huge. So I really would like it. I know this has got the new PBR shaders and everything else, but I really would like it if... I really wish Studio 397 would have made the low quality or the low graphics setting on this car quite low, and the high one, you know, as high as possible for people who've got computers that can run that. Because then, you know, you'd be able to race it whether you've got a potato or a V8 supercomputer. Anyway, enough about that. We're in 11th place. I'm happy with that. 144. 144. I think it was Schumacher who set the lap record around this track, because we're nowhere near that. And yeah, not in a car that could do that anyway. But we'll finish up there. We've done our 12 laps. That's the allowance. Let's finish the session. Little feature I like, you can skip ahead by finishing the session, and it'll simulate where all the rest of the cars have got to. Mind you, I don't think their times are going to change much because they're all pretty much near enough, getting close to their 12 laps. Let's see what happens. Yeah, we've stayed in 11th. Oh, and everyone's very close there. Look at that. That is, yeah, a gap between the entire field of less than 1 second. Wow. So let's check out how the AI are with these cars in the race. We've got a 6-lap race. I'm going to stay on softs because I think they'll last the race. We're starting in 11th position. I'm going to put all the mirrors on, so I've got my peripheral. Got to be careful with this on 100% damage. I mean, I may not even finish, but I will try. I will try. This is going to be my first. I've had a few races with the guys online, but this is going to be my first race with a big grid against the AI. I haven't done one yet. So, what I need to think about, I've got 10 laps worth of fuel. That's great. Just in case I need to pit, I'll stick a pit stop in there, but give it no fuel because I hate getting to the pits and realising that I've got to play around with this with the pit menu. So they don't fill up with fuel. Okay, right. Here we go. 6 laps. Imola in the Ferrari. Right. Wait for the lights. We are green. I'm using my traction control temporary cut button that I've got assigned on my steering wheel, so I can get up the line quickly so the traction control does not interfere with that. It's well worth mapping that button if you're using cars with traction control. Doing standing starts, that was very close to the Ferrari over there on the left. Oh, he's gone through. That's Dechua. You can see in the down here in the bottom right who's in front, who's behind, and Halvar has just taken a position from me. Go from Tosa. Right, let's get on this power. But remember, on my cold tyres, cold brakes for the first couple of laps. We were saying on the server that the guys were really liking it. When this car warms up, it gets a little bit looser. You know, I wasn't quite sure what to make of that getting a bit looser as it warms up. I'm not sure if it's looser or just that as it warms up you can throw it around a bit more. And it's always good to test out the AI with a new car, because the AI around different tracks and with different cars specifically at the moment, can have quite different skill levels. And who's gone off there? Someone's gone off? I think that was Rodriguez. Rodriguez in yellow there. I've got my AI set up so they do make the odd mistake. I like that. Makes me feel better about my own terrible driving. Come down into that first chicane. Because Villeneuve. How much speed? Oh! And straight away, look at that! Let's get out of this as quick as possible. That was so embarrassing! That was I just too heavy on the brakes, trail braking into that corner, and trail braking is very useful, but you can so get it wrong. There's a big stutter from my computer there. Maybe it's trying to do something in the background. Oh, I don't know about. Hopefully that won't happen again. See if we can catch up. Into Alto. Curb on the right, curb on the left, on the outside. Down into Rfactor. Batter. Having 3 batters there, I should say. Well, that was a first disaster. That was a disastrous first lap. Really feel the way you can use the brakes in this Ferrari. If I can just get it right, rather than getting it horrendously wrong as I did here at Villeneuve earlier, I'll be able to make some good time. Catch up with these guys. A little bit of understeer, followed by a punch of oversteer as I nail the throttle on the way out. But you can see my throttle inputs at the moment there. They're not very gradual, not very precise. Touch of brake, apex, and hit the power up the hill in second. We'll make up some time. Alto. Could have been better, but we hit both apexes, so happy enough with that. Through Rfactor. At some point we might get close enough to these guys to get a slipstream and maybe make a pass. Using far too much of the curb there through the chicane. Getting those circular lumps. Yeah, there's that. Feel that trail braking just rotating the back end for me there. I'll be thinking about that for the rest of the entire race. How embarrassing. But look! We're close with them now. We're getting up behind Pavlov. Oh, aren't they beautiful? Beautiful machines. Look at the amount of aero on that rear diffuser though. I think that's why they take up so much FPS. I think they've got a very high poly count. They've done quite a lot of detail, even on the engine bay, in these cars and the cockpit, and with the shape of the car and those diffusers and bits and pieces. It's like the Senna McLaren uses. Oh, it's terrible on FPS, and that's got a massive diffuser and those wings, and it's very curvy as well in places. So and that's why. Right, can we get a bit of slip? I don't think it's going to be possible to make a pass it. The AI consistently good as they are with all the GTE cars, and about right for me at 100% here. Look, you can just see through those meshes on the back near the brake lights there. You can see through them to the engine bay. So have a look down the inside, but think better of it. Oh, this is a beautiful track for a beautiful car. Oh, we had a touchdown. I didn't expect that. The white car, which I think is Schultz, had a bit of a slowdown on the outside there of the corner. You can see White came back onto the track, slowed, made Pavlov hard on the brakes, and I've just tapped him on the back end. I don't think I've done too much damage. Probably a tiny little bit of aero there. Can't feel anything in the steering, but it's slowed me right down. Work to get back up again. Let's see what we can do with this one. He's a little bit trail braking. Hard on the throttle as we come out. Too far away to get the slip, really. See if we can make a pass on the next lap. We come through on lap 5 here. We've only got 1 lap left. Time flies when you're having fun in this car. Pretty decent length as well, Emilio. It's not too long, it's not too short. Oh, now. Can we take the inside at Toka? No, as we look up as well. Right on the back of Pavlov there. I was hoping to get through this race without a scrape. I don't want to scrape my pretty Ferrari. But I want to pass! Oh, it was a bit of a dive! Anyone looking at me now, I'm not racing on a serve with him. Pavlov just let me go there. Because he knew he could come in and of course I was going to overshoot that corner. Diving is dangerous, folks. Don't do diving. I'm against the AI though, so you know. Just want to... Oh, look. We're so close. We're so close to not being absolute dead last. If we come down to one more time. Yes! Yes! We took the inside. Managed to get that braking just late enough. Locked them a bit, but we did it. Sorry, Pavlov, old boy. And across the line. In not dead last. Oh, fantastic. That was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Every time I have a really decent race in the simulator, it takes so long to set up because there are so many variables. It's like going to an actual racetrack, you know. Plan your day around it almost. Just even for a 6-lap race, let alone doing some kind of 3-hour endurance thing. But, when you've had that race, it's so good to feel the track changing, you know, the rover building up. When you've got weather as well, it's absolutely amazing. I should have to do a video with a little bit of weather. Last time I was at, last video I was at Matsuzuka. I had some weather, made things very interesting. But yeah, if anyone's thinking, should they buy the Ferrari or not? Yes. Yes. And yes. Yeah, there's no question about it. Just buy it for the price of a pint of beer. Pretty much. Premium pint of beer, Kronenberg or something like that. Oh, And yeah, get a hold of the Reza pack if you can. Even if you don't want the cars, get a hold of the Reza track pack. But if you want some nice cars as well, like the Metal Mara, the AGR, get the track pack, get the whole Reza pack, and get the Ferrari. I will be looking forward to making another video with the Radical. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe and put a like in. What's down here? I always like to do this with tracks at the end of a race. See if there's anywhere. Oh, there we go. That's the first time that's happened. Some of these tracks have free roaming area. Some of them you go into the free roaming area and they just thought no one needs to drive on that part of the track. So you just fall off the map and go into space. This proves that a Ferrari can survive in space. Well, thanks for watching, folks. The Ferrari is awesome as we fly through the sky with no parachute. Cheers for watching.